is January 11th, and yes, I am starting my potatoes. Here in Texas, it is an acceptable practice to start potatoes in January and February. I saw these potatoes in Atwoods, so usually they're going to be, even though it says northern grown, they're going to be varieties that are going to do well in your garden because they want you to buy from them again. These are red Pontiac. They're a red potato. Go figure. They're closer to like a waxy red potato that I would put in a pot roast or something like that. Classic Idaho potato. You can't really see them through here. And then kind of in between is a Yukon Gold. So it's going to be a yellow potato, just a little butterier, not buttery tasting, but buttery texture. So those are good for mashed potatoes too. I have tried potatoes before, and I loosened up the ground in just a small spot, and I had weed fabric over the top. This year I'm going to try grow bags from Epic Gardening. This is a 25-gallon bag, and I'm probably going to put about 4 to 5 potatoes in each. I thought I had 3 bags. I may have to get a few more. I only have 2 here, so I'm going to probably do the Yukon Gold and Idaho potatoes just because they take a little bit longer, and those reds are going to grow a lot faster. So I'll order some more bags and get those in. They hold an impressive amount of soil, so I didn't want to be buying a whole bunch. But I got some tips from another gardener to start out with some cheaper soil, so that's what we're about to go do, and I'll take you with me. This is a very economical compost here. It's made with cow manure, and yes, I have cows, but we have Bermuda grass, and all those seeds will take root in my beds because this compost has been heat treated. Here is the Lowe's version of garden soil. It's not the best. Home Depot's is actually better, but we don't have a Home Depot. Jara from 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐤 Garden on YouTube, she uses this compost. She says just get cheapest stuff you can find, so that's what I got. Once again, these bags are from Epic Gardening. That's a channel on YouTube. These bags are available in different sizes, and they're also double lined, so you don't have to worry about them keeping too much moisture in there or not enough. It's just the right amount. From what I've tried so far, I had some sweet potatoes in it earlier in the summer. These bags were also designed from somebody from San Diego, California, so his climate is pretty sunny and hot too. Not as hot as us, but I wanted to make sure that they were going to stand up to being baked in the sun. I started off with 2 bags of compost per grow bag. That would give me about 5 to 6 inches of soil in the bottom of it. Hey look, I found my 3rd bag. It was in the greenhouse because that's the one I used during this past summer, so it really got the test in that Texas sun. And by the way, these bags came as a set of 5. I gave 2 of them to my friend Courtney, and she is putting them to better use than I could. I also started to fill 1 bag, and I was like, man, this is a lot of soil. So I'm really glad I saw somebody else use cheap dirt at the bottom of their bags, because I usually do that in my raised beds. To start out with something cheap, you don't have to go and buy the raised bed mix. I'm doing air quotes here, but anyway, don't spend a ton of money. It was far too windy to talk to the camera at this point, and you can see by my hair. I was talking to my husband about these potatoes and how you don't have to chit them first. You don't have to have growth points growing on them at the time you put them in the ground. If you'd like to, you can chit them, which is just sprouting. They have little eyes on them. If you've ever had a potato that stayed in the potato keeper for too long, it starts growing, and that's essentially what you're doing. You're growing it on before you put it in the ground, but you do not have to. I put 4 in each of these bags. I chose the biggest potatoes that were in there. 4 might be a little much for these bags. I probably should have done 3, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. And the potatoes that I bought are actually seed potatoes, so they are harvested for you to be able to plant them back in your garden. You can certainly use ones from the grocery store. The ones that are not organic have been sprayed with an anti-sprouting mix, but it'll wear off I'm sure we've all had potatoes starting to grow in the pantry. On top of the potatoes, I put some of the garden soil on, about 4 to 5 inches on top of that. Once the green shoots from the potatoes come up to the top, you want to wait till they're about 6 inches tall, and then you add more compost or garden soil until you can only see about 1 inch of that green growth. The great thing about these grow bags is you see the shadow cast by the sides of the bag. You can roll these down so it can expose it to more sun and grow a little faster for you. As time goes on and you heal them up, just roll it back up. Here you see 0.05, 0.04, 0.03. This is nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, or NPK. That's their Latin names, NP and K. Nitrogen is basically helping the top part of the plant here, the foliar growth, the green stuff. Phosphorus and potassium is helping root growth underground and the overall health of the plant. But for potatoes tubers, where you're trying to grow underground the most, you need phosphorus and potassium. So these are the two you want to get a fertilizer higher in. You're not really concerned with nitrogen. Whatever the plant doesn't use, it'll just dump or it'll just sit there. So yeah, these are the two you want to focus on. I don't really pay attention to 9 months. It depends on what you have in there. Anything like an allium, like an onion, it's gonna soak up all that fertilizer really fast. Any of the brassicas that grow in the colder months, they're gonna soak up more of that fertilizer because they grow in such a short time. So you want to make sure and give them a lot of everything. A lot of fertilizer. They're heavy feeders, especially onions and garlic. That's it for that one, but be sure and tune in for me to start my seeds in my handy dandy shower greenhouse, and also in my real greenhouse out at the farm. I make farm videos and homesteading videos. I'm taking part in the 3 Rivers Challenge, which is a pantry challenge here on YouTube on Wednesdays, so be sure to check those out and have a good one. If you like this video, feel free to subscribe. I upload most Sundays and you can keep watching us grow our farm. Have a good one.